Hello. Hello, Malik. Nice to see you in chat. You already got your coffee ready? Well, I didn't get mine ready. Maybe I should have. I actually went downstairs, then got caught by my mother. Talked to her a little bit. Didn't get anything. But I have water. That's fine for now. Get to it, Lamau. I'm not tired. Well, I'm slightly tired, but... By the way, is the audio fine? Is the music louder than me? Am I loud enough? Should I turn down the music? I got yogurt in a mug. Is that viable too? Hey, whatever you need to start your day. I guess I can get rid of the soon TM. Audio is fine. Okay. Hi, Pepper. Yeah, true. Hi, Pepper. I just took it as given because I just DM'd with you. I think it's good audio-wise. Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit because the music's a little bit loud for me. But okay. How are the two of you doing? How have you been this morning? Sup? Hello, Gainer! Nice to see you in chat as well. I'll be real, I didn't have too much planned for the stream. Just, you know, the few things I wanted to talk about, which I don't think are gonna take that long. And after that, we'll probably design our new LeBlanc. As you can see, I've created this new quote-unquote break screen that is an homage to our old break screen from my laptop. And since I want to get back into streaming again, shocker, I want to make a new break screen. To be fair, this one was already made for an assignment in school. What exactly happened there, I'm not gonna get into though. Unless people really want to know. Got up an hour ago, so I haven't had much of a day yet. Well, apparently 10 AM is very early for you, isn't it? I'm also not really expecting too many people to be here, because this is, you know, this is a very early time to be streaming. It is early on vacation time, wow. I get that, but I feel like so far, I've woken up super early every day. Then again, I had like, you know, things to do. But yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's me getting old, but literally today I woke up at 7 and went to bed at like 10. Hello, Neo-Xandrian? I would assume that's Xander. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you're not Xander, hello. Welcome to the chat. Yes, okay, it's Xander. Okay, in that case, don't... No, you're still welcome in the chat. Hi, Xander. You're not old, man. I didn't say I'm old. Actually, I might have said that. I'm just saying I'm getting old, because, you know, I'm going to bed early and... wake up early. Or maybe I'm just a working member of society. Neo, that is Xandrian. True, that is Xandrian. I guess you saved that one. Yuck. Imagine getting old. Hey, I'm not that old yet. I will definitely agree to that one. Okay. Since I want to have multiple opinions, not that I don't value Peppa's and Malik's opinion, how is the sound, Gena and Xander? Is everything fine? That sounded really mean, I'm sorry. Oh, good. I'm always right about audio being weird, excuse you. I mean, yeah, that's true, you have seen a lot of streams and you have done audio balancing for those streams. Or confirming audio balance for those streams. It is also weird, because like, I'm looking at stream right now and can read chat without being like completely locked into something else. And actually see like the activity feed and everything. Because I feel like the past few times I've streamed, I've missed like so many raids and follows due to me being locked into a race or watching someone else race. Seems fine. Okay, good. Yeah. It feels weird, but you know, probably is also good to see people do shit. Did you have 2 screens now, by the way? I did have 2 screens, but like during Fire Emblem races, I have like my game on the right side and then like everyone else's games on the left side. I think mic audio could be a smidge louder. Okay, in that case, I will turn up mic audio a smidge louder. Since I came back home yesterday evening, I don't have anything to eat right now. I have to go get going soon to the bakery, which is the only thing that is open right now. Oh yeah, well, do you have like a usual thing you get from the bakery, or is it just Brötchen? Because I found out now that Gena likes Roggen and Weizenfidel from specifically Bush. Gena, I forgot, you said your mother worked at an Edeka, but did she work in the bakery of an Edeka, or was it just the Edeka? I like spelt a lot. Just Edeka, okay. Wait, what did you spell, Peppa? I'm kinda lost here. Okay. I guess I can get into the meat of things already. Dinkel. I feel like I'm so lost. Bolton's Pfefferbrötchen is peak. Pfefferbrötchen is so peak. I fucking love Pfefferbrötchen. I gave that shit to Hughes, and bro was like, that shit's way too salty. Which, to be fair, completely get that. But if you balance it properly, Pfefferbrötchen is so peak. Simply eat it with some cucumber, some tomatoes. Chef's kiss. They are peak, yes. Hell yeah. I think my mother just brought some. The problem is I already had breakfast. It's so tasty for me, I tend to eat it without anything. Funnily enough, one time when I did go to my internship place, I just was so hungry that I grabbed a Pfefferbrötchen and just fucking chomped down on a regular ass Pfefferbrötchen on the train. It's the greatest shit. They're also so nice and crunchy. At the coast we have Junge Bakery. They do not follow the trend where they are basically a cafe at this point. They do follow the trend, but they are basically a cafe at this point, but I'm not complaining about that. I mean, just sitting at a bakery and eating your breakfast there is also pretty nice. I have a newfound appreciation for Pfefferbrötchen too. Was it because of me, or when exactly did that happen? Because I remember you saying that you got them before. Also from Rogue. Ah, I see. Yeah, I don't know, shit's peak. Back then, I was like very big on like Käsebrötchen and like Käselaugenstangen and shit that just had to have cheese on it. But then, you know, wanted to cut down on some fats, so cheese was not the greatest anymore, turns out. Not saying that Pfefferbrötchen is incredibly healthy, that shit is still very unhealthy. But it is a very nice alternative to have now. To be fair, if I really want to feel healthy, I'm just getting, you know, something that doesn't have white bread energy. I just like Laugen anything. Laugen anything is also pretty good. Laugen Kissen are also like so nice. I recommend eating vegetables. Vegetables are also pretty good, yeah. I quite like them. What's the best vegetable? Pepper, what vegetable can you recommend? Can't get a vegetable from a bakery, can you? Probably zucchini or broccoli. those are some very good vegetables. Depending on what bakery you go to, I think you can actually get vegetables. Mushrooms are not veggies. Mushrooms are their own thing. There's like this one thought that I had the entire time, like back when, I don't remember how long that is ago actually. Does anyone remember when zoodles became a thing for the first time? You know, the fucking noodle-shaped zucchini? Whenever that came out, I was really like, oh, I really want to try zoodles, and every time I had the opportunity to, I went for regular ass noodles instead. Yeah, I could always went for regular ass noodles instead. And to this day, I haven't had zoodles a single time. Which I'm like, why didn't I? But then again, it's also just like zucchini. It's just thin ass zucchini. Maybe I should try it one day. Do we consider tomatoes as veggie in this chat? Well, I personally think and know that tomatoes are fruit, but I don't care whatever you coin them as, because at the end of the day, they are also being viewed as vegetables by a lot of people, even though they are fruit. Same thing with the whole avocado thing. Like, avocado's also a fruit, but if you want to say avocado's a veggie, then it's a veggie to you. Something, fuck labels. Such a random comment. But yeah, I was trying to talk about what I wanted to talk about like 5 minutes ago. Speaking of getting into the quote-unquote meat of the things. I don't even know if Xander has witnessed a regular stream of mine before. I know that everyone else that's currently in chat has, and I don't know if people are lurking, but if you are, you might have witnessed that as well. Anyway, I want to throw eggplant in there with zucchini. Eggplant is also very nice. Depends on how you prepare it, though. Sometimes eggplant can be very horrible if you don't know what you're doing. I hope you mean fruit meat. I don't eat meat. Yeah. That's why I like said get into the meat after the whole fruit thing. Yeah, what I wanted to get to is that I used to stream regularly. Crazy, right? I think that's like many years ago at this point. And I think like the greatest time I had in streaming was actually when I did like the whole shiny hunting and chill stuff, where I was like very interactive with chat and talked to chat a lot. And I don't know why, but at some point I had this mindset that like I need to play game to keep my viewers engaged. So I decided I need to start like a bunch of projects, and I need to do projects, take part in projects, which that was fun in its own right. But every time I did it, I felt like I was not in touch with chat at all. And at that point, I can just play games on Discord talking to people, which kind of made me fall out with streaming in total. And like every time I was like, why stream when I can just play shit in Discord? And to be fair, during that time I also didn't feel like I really need to stream. I'm not saying that I feel the need to stream right now either, but I kind of wanted to stream again these past few months, and every time I was asked to like stream for like draft race perspective or like so it can be archived, I felt like, well, I would be streaming, but I kind of don't like that that is what my channel has become, just being a draft race archive and just streaming Fire Emblem content. Not saying that I don't like Fire Emblem content, but it was very much not catered towards actual Twitch content and just here. Archive this draft shit. And calling out Gainer right here. Don't take this the wrong way, but every time bro was like, you need to publish this VOD, you need to publish this VOD. I was like, okay, well, I guess I am just a draft racing archive at this point. Which is kind of sad. Didn't want this to become just that. And there was like a lot of comments just being like, you're not really streaming anymore, and you're not really a streamer, which, to be fair, I wasn't. But part of me wanted to be still. So, guess I've got to work for it. Well, fuck me, I guess. No, I'm sorry. So, this is where we have arrived. Today's stream, where I want to talk about how we are going to continue. Because there's obviously a lot more to it. Hi, Rambo. Obviously, there's like a lot more to it than just being like, oh, I don't like streaming projects and I don't like doing this and that. I've also just gotten very busy. And I'll address that as well today. Also regarding the eggplant can be great and consider eggplant wrong advertising. How would you advertise eggplant, Gina? Yeah, let's get the content. Actually, I can get behind that, Rambo. But yeah, I've been complaining a lot about draft racing and being archive, but in all honesty, I don't want to stop doing that, obviously, because I have a lot of fun playing Fire Emblem draft races, Pokemon races, so expect to see that here still. It's just that I want to do something in addition to that to balance out just doing that, right? I think eggplant actually did look like an egg, so... Wait, what? I love eating plant. I love plant. Don't include egg in the name? You know what? I will not get into that. You guys can decide amongst yourself if egg should be in the eggplant name. Boomer Gina complaining about oat milk not containing actual milk. Gina, did you actually have any of the oat milk that we had in the apartment? We fucked eggplant up. Do I make like a list of things? Sure, let's do that. There's not gonna be a lot of things on said list, but let's make a list. Contour. So, as I have said, I really like doing just chatting. I don't know how exactly I am gonna do just chatting, like, quite often. So maybe sometimes I'll just sit here and talk into my PC, seeing if anyone's there and responds. But I believe there is people that I can talk to every now and then. The idea that I have currently is that I want to get back to a weekly schedule. But as I said, I also am quite busy with work and quote-unquote learning and working on papers, which does kind of limit that shit. So my current thought is I have time on weekends. And usually when I don't have to work on a paper, I can spend some of my time on a Saturday or Sunday to be like, hey, I feel like going live talking to some people. And I feel like that is something where I can like get part of that I kind of want to stream thing back in. So my first point on what the fuck, why did that vanish? My first point on the agenda today would be weekly Sunday streams. To be fair, I cannot guarantee you guys that I'll be streaming every Sunday. I'll try my hardest that I will. And you know what? I shouldn't even say that. I should just say I will stream every Sunday. Cause that way I'm not gonna write the devil on the wall already. Those weekly Sunday streams, I intend for them to still like happen early in the morning. So fuck Americans, I guess. Meaning that I will probably only really reach my German European audience with these kinds of streams, which is honestly fine by me, because another reason why I kind of felt like I didn't want to stream that much is because I genuinely wanted to spend time with friends in the Discord. And if I do streaming for like 2 to 3 hours early in the morning, like from 9 or 10 till like, I don't know, 12, I still have a lot of a lot of hours in the day left to like actually do some other shit. But yeah, that is essentially the consensus. Now, what will I be doing on those Sunday streams? As I said, I kind of want to move away from being super gaming focused, but I also know that it will not always be the case where I can just sit here and just talk about some random shit. I do think that the moment I put on a game, it's gonna like take a lot of my attention to play said game, and also to not just comment on the game only, because I still want this to be like a more interactive experience with chat, right? The obvious first thought that I had was I can just do shiny hunting again, but I feel like shiny hunting is something that I actually need to get into and can't force it. Like I tried to do it once with the expansion of Sword and Shield, not Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, but that didn't last long because it felt very fast. So sometimes I'll just be sitting here talking, and maybe other times I'll find a game that I can play on the side that doesn't take too much attention. Maybe something like Stardew Valley, or maybe earlier this morning I thought if I want to get like Tomodachi Life for Switch 2 or Pokopia, just for that shit. But we'll see. I have kind of spent a lot of money this past month and also need to recover from that a little bit. No matter what, I will see to... Tomodachi Life is so crazy, it'd be so distracting. Maybe it would be. Maybe it would be. But it would also be funny, I feel. We'll see. You should play Hum Hum Heartbreak for GBA. I think there's like a lot of things that you could play during like a Just Chatting stream. What I will say though, don't expect any of the games that are gonna be here during the Just Chatting part to be there again next week, because I feel like that's definitely just gonna be a I feel like doing this right now, kind of thing. But yeah, and sometimes I might not be feeling like I want to do anything. So I'll just sit here and talk. You know what would be a good Just Chatting stream? What would be? Now I'm scared. Europe is more based anyways, so true. I like the background, and that you added a lot of pictures and you are speaking very clearly, but there's not enough pink. League of Legends, baby. No. To your comment, Pepper, don't worry, at the end of the stream we'll like input a few more images so we have a little bit more diversity. I theoretically have like some things here still, like that and that still from my school assignment, but I need to remove these. Yeah. We could also include the community, it's perfect. How about we don't do that? Like, including the community part, fuck that shit. No, you will not catch me playing League. I'm sorry. I will say, you will not catch me playing League, but I have thought about picking up 14 at some point. It scared me. It scared me that I had that thought. I know that Malik and Rambo are rejoicing at me saying that. League Classic just dropped perfect for you, Boomer. No, thank you. Instead of League, you should play 14. I'm not playing. I didn't say that I'm gonna play it. I said the thought came to me. Play 14. Let me finish 16 first. Let me finish the like line of FF games first. You will spread propaganda until you do. Yep. Okay. Anyways, to get to the next point, we've said weekly Sunday streams. That's gonna be a thing. Also, expect them to start around the same time as like today. So starting 9 to 10 a.m. Oh god. And my next point would be projects. So, as I've said, I kind of want to move away from playing games too much on this channel, but at the same time, there is games that I really just want to also stream, just so they are archived and available for like viewing and shit. Speaking of which, I later in the day will set up my Twitch so it like immediately transfers all my VODs to YouTube immediately. So Gena, you can be happy about that one. Yeah, but what I mean by projects is, first of all, I theoretically have a lot of ongoing projects still that I started on the Twitch channel, like Xenoblade 2, if anyone still remembers that. Or like theoretically Awakening Chaos Mode, which, let's be real, that shit was dead before it started. All of those things, I'm killing them. I will not continue them because I felt like there was a need for me to like finish everything I started, and to a degree like my ego also just wanted me to finish those things. But yeah, I'm not doing that. That's literally just for my own benefit. I don't want to think about it anymore. I have stopped worrying about that, and I don't think anyone expected me to finish them anyways. Does that mean that there will be no other projects in the future? No, that is definitely not it. I think there's certain games that when they release, I kind of still want to play them on stream. Let's say a new Octopath would drop, I would 100% play that on stream because I have done that like every time so far. For other games, such as Fortune's Weave or Final Fantasy Resonance, those are games I will not be streaming. Like, it heavily depends on the game if I want to stream it or not. Because like with shit like Fortune's Weave and Resonance, I have like so many things I want to talk about with people in real time that I'll be playing them by myself in private, and I do not want to be like, quote unquote, held back by a potential like, well, by potential streaming time, right? Actually, an Odyssey might work, honestly. You mean for like a game to play in the back? Maybe. You could do path variants run every stream. That gives you 2+ hours to interact with chat over all the enemy phase. That is true. You are getting to a good point there, by the way, because I don't think this would be a project per se, but you will obviously see speedrun practice here. But I will actually put that one in brackets because it kind of embodies everything I don't want to do anymore. But speedrun practice is just something that is so flex on moms, for example. Speedrun practice is something that's just grown so part of this channel that I am obviously not going to discard it. And at the end of the day, I am a draft racer. I do want to like show off my strats and shit. So this will happen every now and then, but it will not be anything consistent. Should a race come up, you will see me practice a lot. Should there be no race, you will probably not see me practice at all, unless I'm really like giga focused in doing something specifically. Same with projects. I don't think projects will be a regular thing. And I will say I probably will not have more than one project going on at a time, so I don't overload myself like I did last time. And instead just focus on that one thing, and if I don't feel like doing it anymore, expect me to kill the project. And to be fair, I will not just like let it die out silently. Instead, I will straight up just say I kind of don't feel like doing that anymore, and I will just kill the project. If I still have the will to continue that shit, it will probably still be on the Discord. If not, then not. But also, I guess another big thing, I probably will not be playing JRPGs as projects anymore, because they just take way too long. Whatever floats your boat. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of projects, there is one that is quote-unquote in the making. It's actually already started. Yeah, it's already started, and we will start that one this week, actually, which is Library of Ruina. We have done the draft already, and what exactly that shit's gonna be, I'll get into maybe tomorrow. We'll see when I actually want to start the run, but it will happen next week, I promise. Runa Draft Run. I don't think it's gonna take me that long, because I can play through the game pretty fast. And hey, after that, maybe I have an idea for a project. Maybe not. We'll see then. I like the attitude, yeah. I kind of don't want to force myself into doing shit again. Also regarding projects and the Sunday streams, I will make sure that the projects never fall into the Sunday streams. So the first 2 hours from 9 to 10 a.m. will always be just chatting, because I want that to be like a consistent part of this channel. If I do decide on still like doing the project on Sunday, it will happen after the weekly thing. Or not on Sundays at all. Okay, I think that is basically everything for now. At least I don't think I've forgotten anything regarding what will still be happening. I know I kind of bloated this up to be this crazy big stream, but it was really just like me trying to make transparent what I want to be doing these next few months. And hey, should I not be streaming in like 2 weeks, you can hold me accountable for this. But at that point, maybe I just wasn't meant to stream after all. There's one other thing. SMH, did you not practice your presentation beforehand? I did not. I honestly didn't even plan on making a presentation properly. I'm just kind of going with the flow, to be honest. But yeah, I did promise another thing that I wanted to show off, and that is the new Avatar. And no, I'm not talking about the movie. I am talking about a quote-unquote new age of Glücksbringer. And I will pull him up by actually getting an image real quick. So I need to turn down the music a little bit. It's gotten very loud on my end. I hope you all are ready. Oh, sorry, never mind. Da, 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 da. PC said no. PC did in fact say no. I think, honestly, do most people that are currently in chat already know? I think Gana's in the know, Melik's in the know, and Peppa got like got to see it right before the stream started because she was too impatient. I think the only people that don't know right now would be Rimbo and Zenda, funnily enough, and whoever's lurking. And obviously the people that will see the VOD later. I am not in the know. Okay, well, here he is, the new guy. He's very large, apparently. Let me resize him. Ah! Oh my god, this did not go like I wanted it to. He's so big! That is not what I wanted to move. He peeked around the corner. He did, in fact. I can't get him anymore. What the fuck? There we go. Okay, here he is, the guy. Obviously, like, right before I stopped streaming, we kind of did a quote-unquote transitioning into PNG tubing. Big picture energy, literally, yeah. We did, like, a transitioning into PNG tubing. Just because I liked the idea of PNG tubing and thought it's kind of fun. And like later, while I like thought about it a little bit more, I will say there will probably be things in the future that isn't just PNG tubing. Currently I'm broke, so we'll stick with PNG tubing, but I can also see rigging or letting a character be rigged at some point. And one thing that I haven't actually told anyone, which I'm kind of amazed by, because I have a very big, like, urge to share shit. Broke. I'm broke! Let me be broke! I have a very big urge to share, like, every, like, thing I get, or, like, do, or, like, think about artistically. I'll probably be getting a face cam. So We will not just stick with PNG tubing. We will not just stick with VTubing in the future. I want to have the option to also show off my ugly ass mug on stream, and not just be quote unquote PNG tuber looks, VTuber looks, or just human ass man. I want to have a lot of things available to me, and depending on what I feel, I will switch the stuff as well. Obviously, with that in mind, I'm also not just gonna stick with this little guy that we have right here. I will every now and then also switch back to the old PNG tuber that has been created by the lovely creator Ame. But that heavily depends on how I feel. Honestly, like, sometimes it may just be a day of me using the old model. Sometimes I might feel like sharing my face. I feel like sharing face is gonna be funny during races specifically, because you get to see me emote really hard. Like, my reactions during races are very funny most of the times. And sometimes I also think it's kind of sad that you don't really get to see, like, how pissed off I look, or how locked in I am. You're gonna see you locked in, exactly. Yeah, and every now and then, I feel like using, or I will be feeling like using furry looks. And that is also the quote-unquote big reveal that I was talking about when announcing the stream. I'm a furry. Yes, that is something I will now present to the whole world of Twitch and the internet. I'm gonna be real, I don't think... I don't know how exactly I got here, I'm gonna be real. It was a weird-ass pipeline combined with a wacky-ass rabbit hole. And now we got here. And I don't know what the fuck. Thanks for coming out to us. I don't really think it's a coming out. It's just something. Cause like I've been like researching a bunch of shit, and like this is nothing compared to me coming out as being gay to someone. Like, oh wait, I haven't said it on stream yet, guys. I'm gay. Shocker. And I was the one always being accused of being one in school. No way, that's gay. Yeah, it's really gay. Were you accused of being one? Did I accuse you? Like, okay, that's the thing, right? I think the main hurdle of quote-unquote saying you're a furry is that there's just so much negative stigma combined with that shit. Cause like, I don't know how it was for you guys, but for me, every time I hear like someone else just talk about furries, it's usually like in like a way that's portraying them as cringe, as nasty, as weird. You barely hear any good furry representation from non-furries, or at least what I've heard. Obviously there's like a bunch of nice things I've also heard, like the furry community being a very welcoming community and shit. I don't know if that is the case. I am not part of the furry community. I've seen like a few things like in the recent weeks, but I can't really give a statement on that. The only thing I can say is I enjoy anthropomorphic characters and wanted to present my character on Twitch as one. I think what actually made me realize that I wanted to do this was just recommended hopping and watching some shit. There's like a lot of down low furry content creators out there that like aren't straight up saying they're furries, because like everyone knows but no one thinks they need to say it. Most of you know that I follow the Alpha Red bubble quite a bit, and at some point, I don't know when it was exactly, Fur, which is also someone that does a lot of Mario speedrunning, started to like stream with furry VTuber model. I was like, huh. I knew that he had like some furry energy to you, but also like, I know, just seemed fun and thought, looks cool. And that's when I started to think about, maybe I want to do that. Like, I don't see the harm in it. But then I was also like, I don't know what the fuck I would be presenting my character as. For Fire Emblem. Quicks being another example of being rich as hell. What do you mean I'm rich as hell? I'm not rich. Yeah, actually, I don't know. Can anyone actually recognize what type of animal this guy is? Because I've been actually struggling for so long to come up with something that I like, or think of something that I like. Because like I had like a throwaway comment that I made like a lot of years ago when Fly asked like, what kind of VTuber would you want to be? At that point, it was like, VTubing's weird, man. I wouldn't want to get into that. Now look at me today. And at that point, it was like, I guess a fox, and I really like foxes, but I don't know. I also really like wolves, but I don't see this like gay ass dude as a wolf. Saying as if, you know, yeah. I just don't have wolf energy, I think, personally. Let me actually catch up on chat a little bit. That's gay, no way. Your Final Fantasy XIV character is a Micode? Micode? I don't know what a Micode is. You're not out of the woods yet. From the few I've met at conventions, they are incredibly chill. Yeah, that's also what I've heard most of the time, and I believe they most definitely are. Come on, you got a fucking bunny. I don't count. Melik, I will say you have some tastes. The furry community has a reputation of being stacked as hell with money and commissioning a lot. That I know, obviously. Like, sure, they also can make, you know, commission people to make like thousands of dollars worth of fursuits. Which, by the way, getting into like the whole topic of fursuiting, I don't think I'll be doing that. But also, I don't know how the fuck this furry pipeline is gonna work. Maybe I will have a fursuit in like 10 years. Who knows? But the thing is, I hate going to conventions. I hate being hot. So both of those things seem very much contra fursuits, because I would probably melt. And why the fuck would I be wearing them if I hate crowds anyways? Sure, dude, likely story. Fur's a furry? No way. I mean, to be fair, again, everyone knew that, but then bro started to actually use a furry model as a VTuber. Those guys are fun. Yeah, they are very fun. Yeah, I'm not rich. He did plug and play review and had like had fur hands and thought that was cool. Wait, you mean Fur, Pepper? I didn't see that video. He's not alpha. Okay. I guess I'm not. Was in regards to the wolf thing, I guess, yeah. Mikoda cat people. Oh yeah, I see. I see. My tastes are perfectly average. Sure, man. Point out one thing that's odd. There's nothing odd regarding tastes. You can like whatever you want, as long as it's, you know, within the within the realms of legality. Point out one thing that's odd. Yeah. Gina, not Gina. Also, Gina can do that, but I don't think Gina knows Melik's tastes. Rambo can do that. Yeah, I see. Well, didn't see that video. Maybe I should watch it. Although I feel like it's probably not going to be super interesting for me. I don't know. I'll legally stop this topic. Yeah. Okay, good. And yeah, to get back to what this little guy actually is. I've been through like a lot of things that I thought. Yeah, foxes I really like, but to a degree, I felt like it would be pretentious to portray myself as a fox, because I don't know, I don't want to be portraying myself as quote unquote smart and sly. Which, hey, maybe I am that, but that's not me, man. Melik likes vegan chocolate hazelnut cookies from Indica. Those are peak. I had one of them. They were very dry, IMO, but hey. And they are from broke ass net. Yeah. Yeah, then, as I said, the other thing would be, like, wolves. I really like wolves. As you can see when I actually play Arknights, I think I almost have every Siracusa operator at, like, max. well, not max, but at E2, I think. Maybe there's like a few that I don't have at E2. And everyone at this point knows that I had like a very edgy face and still am an edgy bitch to a degree. Just not as much as I used to. So, name a more edgy animal than wolves. I'll wait. Bats are pretty edgy, but I don't know. Bats are not the kind of vibe that I was going for. The edge never leaves. Raven. Ravens are pretty edgy, but, you know, I didn't want to have a bird. Yeah, the edge always stays a part of you. Even though you're embracing the gay, you will always be a little bit edgy. What else came into my mind? I'm not gonna lie, at some point I did think of bunnies. I quickly discarded that idea, because I do like bunnies. I don't think I would like to portray a character of mine as a bunny. Maybe I will. Maybe if I get gayer, even more gay, I might. But the association I have with bunnies are not very tame, let's just say that. Bunnies are peak though. Bunnies are cool. Ultra gay Glooks would. Ultra gay Glooks would like make the most zestiest bunny there is. I would have the most cunty ass bunny OC that way. What flavor of gay are you today, bunny or wolf? That actually, those are my two like moods, I guess. Bros researching advanced gayness. Am I feeling like the crazy alpha wolf or the fucking submissive cunty ass bunny? Nothing in between. And then I like got to thinking more, and honestly, the answer was always there. What is less edgy than a wolf? And an animal that I absolutely adore? Dogs. I fucking love dogs. And then I got to thinking, what type of dog do I really like? And not for the longest time, but I've always wanted to have like a Shiba. I always wanted to have a Shiba, which, you know, whoever doesn't know what a Shiba is, look it up, I guess, but I feel like everyone knows what a Shiba is. It's like, hey, would be kind of cool to see Shiba being realized. And yes, there's also dark brown Shibas, not just orange Shibas, a dog. Yes, this guy is supposed to be a Shiba. I'll actually make him a little bit bigger. You see, he has like these fur spots that Shibas typically have. They obviously don't always. And those are supposed to be his eyebrows. He has rounded ears and a curled up tail, which isn't honestly curled up enough. Eyebrow, but the brows. I love the brows. I love the brows. Yeah. This piece, by the way, was made by... Let me find the person real quick. Was made by a lovely artist on Fiverr, going by Asmara. I will still grab a handle. I like those kind of brows a bunch. You mean like these thick brows? I'll get a link to a handle soonish, and then also put it in the description so people can find them as well. Because they did a very good job. I will say this probably was my most exhausting experience on Fiverr yet. But at the end of the day, I'm still very happy with how shit came out. Very nice. Very happy with it. I do think, though, that this is not Furry Glix's final form yet. For now, I'll stick with this, because, again, I'm broke. I'm a broke bitch. But I can definitely see, like, making some changes and tweaks to himself, and also to the outfit. Then we'll just have, like, a bunch of different versions to work with. He'll go Super Saiyan Poggers. Yeah, let's go. Chill, he's only level 1. You gotta go train him so he can level up. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna evolve. I'm actually usually not a fan of big brows, funnily enough. I like thin brows usually, but in this case it was just so fitting, because, again, yeah. He's getting bigger and bigger, by the way. He's returning to his original size. It just fits so well that I was like, you know what? I like this, and I am very happy with this look. But yeah, to go through the process of why this was the quote-unquote hardest 5A experience I've had yet. First of all, as I said, I like to share stuff quite a lot, because I just think it's nice to share processes with people. I think when I like first had my Twitch emotes being made and like the other avatars, I did always like DM Pepper or Hughes or Mio and like talked about like the way it's going. I didn't have that this time. And this guy went through so many revisions. To be fair, maybe I didn't give a detailed enough description, but I kind of felt like I did. I don't know, is anyone interested to see like the quote-unquote chain of events, how we got here to this point? Yes, okay. In that case, let me... I will not go through the... I will not go through the DMs, because I obviously don't want to leak any of the shit. The shit that has been said by the artist. We'll just show off like the in-between steps and everything. He's leaking DMs. Yeah, you thought I would. Yeah. Let me just open up all the images that I had. I thought we would get first-hand tea. You will still get some tea. Okay. Now I need to find the chronology of things. This was the first thing. Then that. Then we got there. Okay. And then I also want my Fiverr message. Which should be in here. Okay. Go back to this. There we go. Let's make this and this tinier, so I can fit everything on. Think this should be big enough? See you playing. Oh my god, these guys cannot stop playing FF14. Yeah. So essentially I just gave them like a few directions, specifically stating that I want my character to be like a Shiba as well. Again, there is a chance that I didn't like say properly what exactly I wanted, and you know, that's what revisions are for. The first image I got was this. This was the first rendition of the character, which I'm like, holy shit, that is a lot of hair. Don't have a sub, I'm desperately trying to catch up with Artfight right now anyway. I see. Like, they did already include like a bunch of the stuff that I wanted, right? Like, I really wanted the eyebrow cut thing to be a thing, but I did also say that I wanted like this Shiba patch too, like also have the cut. And like by no means, I really still like this artwork, but it's definitely not what I was looking for. So I told them like, I need you to reduce this hair. I need you to like change the volume of the tail and actually make it also look like a Shiba. And then the like ears were also like really like pointy. And like all things considered, bro is still very human. That was not what I was going for. I like actually just wanted a anthro character. This is just like a VTuber, which, you know, to be fair, I get how you get there. So what I ended up doing is like mark shit that I wanted to be changed, and specifically also pointed that out. Frame percentage was too low for you. Yeah, exactly. And then I like specifically said I want these to be paws, I want those eyebrows to change, want that to be a muzzle, need to reduce this, round that. Just regular ass shit, right? Gave them some reference images to like point out what exactly I meant. Then like Honglu, because I love Honglu, and that is also more of the like hair that I envisioned here. And lastly, a picture of a Shiba. To reference the tail specifically. Wow, I love Honglu. I might have a print of Honglu right in front of me that was gifted to me by a very lovely individual. Yeah, then the next step we got to was this. And honestly, I really liked this look. I really, really did. Unfortunately, there was some things that were skipped, specifically like me asking for the hair down here to be also cut down. So we actually ended up with even longer hairstyle. And something that was very glaring to me that I didn't like was, I really like this paw, but like the fingers on this one are so much thicker than this, and it just immediately stood out to me. So I just told them, please reduce the size there, and the eyebrow cut vanished, which like, okay, maybe that will still come in, right? Yeah. Then the quote-unquote change of that is that the eyebrow cut came back, sort of, kind of, and finger size was reduced. Left paw looks like paw-fied human hand. Right one looks like paw. Yeah, exactly. I still think this one's a little bit too human, and this one's much better, but like at that point it was like, I feel like I'm asking for a lot of changes, and this is already at a point that I really like. And then I will go to the next step, and this is the step that completely threw me off, because I did ask for a brown Shiba, and he's orange now. Which, to be fair, I do think that the orange pops very nice in contrast to like the blue. The hoodie is completely different, and I was like, what the fuck happened to these colors? What happened there? And specifically the earrings here also are supposed to be like colored in the MLM flag, which they weren't here. And the eyebrow cut disappeared again. And eventually it was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? But I wasn't too mad about it. I just like stressed again, maybe I didn't communicate this well enough, but I wanted them to be brown. Bro fell into a paint bucket, literally. Yeah, and then I asked them also like to fix the hoodie, because that is not what the hoodie is supposed to look like. These two things right here, they are now part of the sleeve. They were actually originally arm warmers, but I didn't mind it too much. I actually liked that, so I left it like that. So I gave them more directions, and we came to this part, which is the final thing that I got from the artist, funnily enough. But as you can tell, it's not quite what the final product is, right? At this point, I was just like, you know, they did like such a great job already. I don't want them to do like even more revisions for the sake of just revising them. But like suddenly these things got like black and blue, and I don't know why they did. But I was just like, okay, you know what? That is something I can just fix post-process. I didn't want to be an ass and just be like, I really want the eyebrow cut here. And like, at the end of the day, I was very happy with this product. Now, this is a point that I really struggled with that came afterwards, because I don't like, quote-unquote, doing stuff with other people's art without their consent. Because, like, don't really want to change stuff if this is what they created. But I did get back to the artist and was like, I would like to make some minor changes by myself, if that's fine with you. And then I did. And that is where we ended up with little guy. Where is he? Oh. And that is the little guy we ended up with. Just to pull up the picture again. So the exact changes that I did end up making, oh god, were, bro. I shortened the hair myself. Because, again, that is something that, like, I didn't really need to ask them for. I, quote-unquote, changed the colors on the sleeves to, like, match the things that they were originally. To be fair, I didn't do that great of a job, and you can definitely tell. But I still think it looks fine enough. And then I also, like, took away some of the, like, lighting here to make it actually look like more fur and less skin. Because on the final product I got sent, it looked very, very fleshy IMO. But yeah, that is how we ended up getting here. And now we have this little guy. We'll see how long we'll stick with him. We'll see how long he stays around, and that will be the model for the next few streams. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I have to say anymore. I feel like the artist might not have been too used to drawing furries. Well, the thing is they advertise themselves as being able to draw furries, and like I really like their art, so I trusted them. And again, they still did a great job. But yeah, some points they definitely didn't understood the way I wanted them. Another thing, to be fair, is I definitely could have asked for more revisions, but again, I felt like I was asking so much already that we just ended up getting to the place where we are right now. Please stick with him for long enough. I can draw him, half joking. Hey, if you want to draw him, do you want me to send you the updated version then? Because I did check our DMs and I think you have the quote-unquote final product of the artist still. Also, obviously, thank you very much for wanting to draw him. It's like very cool. Yes, please do. We'll do that. I have actually also gotten a new sketchbook, which will probably get filled by just drawings of this guy as well for now. Maybe I'll show that. Oh, maybe I'll show that off in a stream as well at some point. But first, I need to make some sketches of this guy. Maybe he will make me get back into drawing. Who knows? Okay. Other than that, I don't think I have much more to say. Other than I hope you all still have a great Sunday. And remember, we will see each other either next week during Library of Runa, or at the very latest on Sunday during a new Just Chatting stream when I talk about shit. What shit? Don't know yet. But we'll see when we get there. Anyways, bye bye. Thank you all for tuning in and watching, and see you then.